Welcome to the greatest setting in college football. Seattle, Washington, on the shores of Lake Washington, home to the Huskies, where they are set to kick off another season. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a team from the ACC, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Welcome to the greatest setting in college football. Seattle, Washington, on the shores of Lake Washington, home to the Huskies, where they are set to kick off another season. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a team from the ACC, the Washington Huskies. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Huskies will get this season underway as toe meets leather. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. The give to the back. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26. One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the big two gorillas, right? Anytime you can make a statement and dent these two big powerhouse conferences, go do it.
I think the ACC, too, is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. Back in conference realignment, it was the best 4 programs from the Pac-12 that all chose the Big Ten and not the ACC, so this one will be interesting.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Grabbed in the middle, it's Moffitt. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
The Seminoles are on the move. The lone back's got it. At the 45 on his way. Hit the afterburners, kid. He's got 42 yards rushing for him now. What a drive to kick off the new season.
Man, this is how you want to start your season. You want to create as many explosive plays as possible. And if you're an offensive coordinator and you can turn and hand the ball off and make big plays, it makes your play calling so easy. Let's see if they continue to run the rock with explosive plays like that.
Running back searching for a hole. They knock him down after a pickup of 4. Ball is at the 9-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Keep it on the ground. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. They'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll leave it with him. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Looking to the end zone. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity for the offense.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they're aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Quick handoff. Pushes his way for a couple and gets it to the 7-yard line.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Shakes off the defender. Pirouettes away from the defense. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down. That purple wave getting things going on the ground now.
It's such a great fan base in the Pacific Northwest. Washington fans believe in their team. They're loud, and I tell you what, when they got a ground game they can depend on, a physical ground game, it sets the table for everything they want to do offensively.
Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Using the quick game. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short game.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the 1st quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide out in motion. They'll give it to the back. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down. He's already got 46 yards rushing now. What a way to start this season. Washington coming to the line with another 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man quickly. Open space at the 25. And how does he keep running? I'd be dizzy after a spin move like that.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Barges ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Washington. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost. No problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. They let that one get away from them. They look like they are pumped up and ready to go here.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
Fires to the wideout. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
All right, ball was incomplete, but that was a nice job up front by the offensive line. Really nice job of communicating with one another and understanding where that pass rush was coming from.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Going to try to get it himself. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
On the move. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And the punt team able to swing him to the ground.
And a huge thank you in order right there. That returner literally is going to go find my man and go, thank you so much for making up for my mistake. That could have been huge, but the offense caught a break and fell.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Now on the option. The pitch. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quick strike complete. Across the 25, he's got room. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
All right, defense, it ain't working. Right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
The Huskies with the 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On the move. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on 2nd down. From the gun, running back on the move. Tough running this deep in the red zone. He's got 4 down to the 11.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Motion from the offense. Direct snap. He's able to fight his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down and 3.
Offense facing 4th down.
No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. New Mexico State is ahead in this one. This team plays a hard-nosed brand of football there in Las Cruces, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 7 over Illinois. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Off play action. He lobs one high down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play. The wideout's going to wish he had that one done.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Quarterback moving. He'll pull it down. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. He's going to pass. He's right on target. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. And the Seminoles want to move quickly. Looking to go up top on first down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Sails one into the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball. It is a valuable tool to have a quarterback that can extend a play like that. But sometimes you're smart to be checked down Charlie and just take something easy and not invite disaster.
Because when you roll out, you're rolling out, you're cutting the field in half, right? The defense starts to run from one side to where you're rolling out to. The field kind of shrinks, and it kind of becomes a little bit of backyard ball. And you could tell he forced that one in there. Didn't get the interception, thank goodness, but it wasn't a great decision.
Scrambling away. He'll turn it loose out to the right. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown Seminoles!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he added the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. Still on his feet at the 45. He now has 84 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The #1 job is to protect their quarterback, and they did not.
They did not. But my #1 job as a defensive lineman is to attack your quarterback and get him on the ground just like this, get in the sack, rattle this guy as much as you can, as many hits as possible on these quarterbacks.
He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
This is a 3rd and long. They think there's room to run to the right here. And the ball's on the ground. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Washington sends out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll take it on the return. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He'll do it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Tosses to the quarterback. They're trying to get to it. Got room at the 35. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive.
Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Seminoles will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He'll try it again. At the 35, he's open. Give him 96 yards rushing, and he goes over the century mark in this season opener.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
Stopped after making the catch.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
And on 2nd down for this offense. They'll leave it with the lone back. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. Quarterback keeper. He's able to fight his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down and 3.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looks as if he's going to run it. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much that even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
Looking to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and short from the 43. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Off the boot, looking for his man. Moving away from pressure. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle to prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
Big loss on the last play threatens to knock this drive off course. It's 2nd and 16. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too?
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
They've methodically worked it down the field. This the 11th play of the drive, but the defense can get off the field now. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Husky.
And it took a minute, but the passing attack now on board. The first passing touchdown of the season, and it took to the 2nd half. But I'll tell you what, this offense will find its rhythm. They'll grow. They'll get better throughout the season, and this is going to be a hard passing attack to stop.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fair catch, called for and made. Here comes the offense on first down. Pulls it, fires complete. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Washington 21, Florida State 7.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Fires downfield. He's got an open man. He's off to the races. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. The Noles racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
He's looking to pass. And he'll be brought down.
And these decisions to go for 2, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick.
Set to kick this one away.
They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talk about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The give. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Right back to the well. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
At the 26. Brings up 3rd down.
Third and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On the move. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
No gain on the play. Fourth down coming up.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good. Easy call for the ref. And now the lead's extended a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Florida managed to avoid being gator bait by scratching and clawing their way to a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Trying to escape and get it himself. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. And the Noles want to pick up the tempo.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off.
He'll off one deep down the left side. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Noles! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Number 11 with the catch and score.
They'll go for two here and try to climb within a field goal late. He's looking to throw. Trying to get the two. Here comes the heat, and down goes the quarterback, and they won't be able to get any closer with the two-point try.
24, Florida State, 19.
They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but better job by the hands team falling on the football.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the three.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Coming up on second down as they try to hold this lead. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Third down coming up.
This could be the biggest play of the game so far. Third down and 2. Trying to pick up a first down. They'll run for it on third and short. They'll mark him down right there, and that'll be enough for a Washington first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. Running with power. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now on second down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a first down. On the ground, it's Charles. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. As they come to the line on second down, ordinarily you might go up top, but they need to keep this one on the ground, keep that clock winding. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Back to the ground game on the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and really good third down situational defense. You know it's third and long. You know the pass play's coming. Defense was ready. Nice job forcing the fourth down.
So how good you feeling right now if you're on offense in this situation? You want to just play conservative? You want to punt it over and let your defense finish out the game? Or do you trust your quarterback to go make a play and win the game right now?
Timeout called by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, Washington.
So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board.
Well, that's a huge kick right there because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing in the big one.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make the big catches here in small windows.
He's looking to throw it. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the